Well, welcome to Tuesday's Coffee with Job. It's very Christmassy here, very summery, and I'm outside in our garden. Well, not our garden, it's the block garden where we actually had a party on Sunday, and some of the folks suggested, they heard I was doing this and said, why don't you just go and record in the garden? So I thought, well, why not? Let's do that. I want to begin, before we go and read from Job 27, the final part of that chapter, by reading some things from Albert Camus' The Plague. You know, I'm listening to all this stuff about Omicron just now, and just again, the panic that sets in. The Plague is a brilliant, brilliant book. And let me just give you, and you'll see why we're going to do that as regards to the passage. Let me give you some quotes from that. Everybody knows that pestilences have a way of recurring in the world. And this is from the first part of the 20th century. Yet somehow we find it hard to believe in ones that crash down on our heads from a blue sky. There have been as many plagues as wars in history, yet always plagues and wars take people equally by surprise. We tell ourselves that pestilence is a mere bogy of the mind, a bad dream that will pass away. But it doesn't always pass away, and from one bad dream to another, it is men who pass away. How perceptive is that? They fancy themselves free, and no one will ever be free so long as there are pestilences. And then this one, once plague had shut down the gates of the town, they'd settled down to a life of separation, debarred from the living warmth that gives forgetfulness of all. Well, let's read the passage and you'll see what this has to do with this. So, let's go to Job chapter 27 and let's go from verse 11. I will teach you about the power of God. The ways of the Almighty I will not conceal. You have seen all this yourselves. Why then this meaningless talk? Here is the fate God allots to the wicked, the heritage a ruthless man receives from the Almighty. However many his children, their fate is the sword. His offspring will never have enough to eat. The plague will bury those who survive him, and their widows will not weep for them. Though he heaps up silver like dust and clothes like piles of clay, what he lays up the righteous will wear, and the innocent will divide his silver. The house he builds is like a moth's cocoon, like a hut made by a watchman. He lies down wealthy, but will do so no more. When he opens his eyes, all is gone. Terrors overtake him like a flood. A tempest snatches him away in the night. The east wind carries him off, and he is gone. It sweeps him out of his place. It hurls itself against him without mercy. As he flees headlong from its power, it claps its hand in derision and hisses him out of his place. It's such a dreadful description. He's saying this is what happens to the wicked. Their families perish, their wealth is lost, their security turns to insecurity, they have the terrors of death, and they have the final judgment. Now, sometimes I think we back off from all of this. We want to say, no, things are fine. And he has the plague as being part of that. The plague will bury those who survive him. Do you know what's been said here is really important? There is no future, there is no security, there is no ultimate wealth without Christ. There is no freedom from the plague. Personally, I think the vaccines are important, but they're not going to save us, even from this plague. And they're certainly not going to save us from death. The statistics will always be the same. Everyone dies. 100% of people die. And I think we need to be solemn in warning people that that's the case, because it's true. But we also need them to warn them to flee from the wrath to come and to follow Christ, who that's why he came. The Son of God came to rescue those in darkness. Well, each day this week I'm going to do a carol, a Christmas song, and going back to my friend Colin Buchanan, this is the carol I had in mind. Who is he in yonder stole? I didn't realize he had a version of it, and it's a very good version. Who's the one who's come? It's the Lord, the King of glory. 'Tis the Lord, a wondrous story. Well, enjoy this carol. And by the way, tomorrow it's not going to be coffee at 11. It's going to be Coffee with Job, early morning, 7 o'clock in Australia, and whatever that time is. That'll be 8 o'clock in the evening in the UK, and what, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the US for you, those of you who watch from there. But see you then. God bless and bye.
Who is he in yonder stall, at whose feet the shepherds fall? Who is he in deep distress, fasting in the wilderness? 'Tis the Lord, a wondrous story. 'Tis the Lord, the King of glory. At his feet we humbly fall. Crown him, Lord of all. Who is he the people bless for his words of gentleness? Who is he to whom they bring all the sick and sorrowing? 'Tis the Lord, a wondrous story. 'Tis the Lord, the King of glory. At his feet we humbly fall. Crown him, Lord of all. Who is he that stands and weeps at the grave where Lazarus sleeps? Who is he the gathering throng greet with loud triumphant song? 'Tis the Lord, a wondrous story. 'Tis the Lord, the King of glory. At his feet we humbly fall. Crown him, Lord of all. Lo, at midnight, who is he? Prays in dark Gethsemane. Who is he on yonder tree? Dies in grief and agony. 'Tis the Lord, a wondrous story. 'Tis the Lord, the King of glory. At his feet we humbly fall. Crown him, Lord of all. Who is he that from the grave comes to heal and help and save? Who is he that from his throne rules through all the world alone? 'Tis the Lord, a wondrous story. 'Tis the Lord, the King of glory. At his feet we humbly fall. Crown him, Lord of